Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing a sun salutation tutorial, but this video can also be used as a warm-up for any of the other videos throughout the rest of this course. We'll be showing how to modify your sun salutations, as well as ways to make them a little bit more tense if you're looking for a challenge. So all you need today is a space or a mat and some time to get started. We're gonna meet at the top of our mat, so go ahead and take your time and I'll meet you there. Once we get to the top of our mat, we're gonna make sure our feet are about as wide as our hips. If you've been practicing for a long time, you might stand in mountain pose with your ankle bones touching. This is your preference. Let's look down at our toes. Make sure the feet and the toes are pointing forward. Soften your knees. Make sure they're not bent or locked too much in either direction. Stand up nice and tall. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. On our inhale, we're going to take our arms, reach them up over our head. And exhale, draw our hands to heart center. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Moving through 1 or 2 modified sun salutation A's. On our inhale, we'll reach all the way up. On our exhale, we're going to release our hands in forward fold. If we're feeling tight, we might bend the knees in our fold and let our chest come down to our thighs. Allow your head just to hang with gravity here. On our inhale, we're going to come up halfway, taking our hands to our shins, creating a nice flat back. Now we have the option to drop the hands to the earth if the body allows for this. On our exhale, we're going to soften our knees and step our way back to a plank position. This is full plank. We're all going to modify our plank by dropping down to our knees and releasing our toes. Our weight is shifted forward over the wrists. On our exhale, we're going to lower all the way to our belly. Tops of the feet are flat, hands underneath the shoulders. On our inhale, we're going to lift our heart up, coming into cobra. Now we might come up high in our cobra or keep the chest down. Whatever feels best on your low back. From here, we're going to lower all the way down, press up through a tabletop position, and then turn our toes and lift our hips up into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, our hands are spread wide. Our wrists are as wide as our shoulders. Our eyes look back to our knees or up through the thighs. If we're feeling a little tight, our heels might be up off the mat, and that's okay. If we're feeling a little more open, those heels might press in the direction of the earth. Taking one more deep breath here. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees. Walk our way to the top of our mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale as we round the back one vertebrae at a time, reaching your arms to full extension. And exhale, forward fold. Remembering those knees can be bent. Inhale as we come up halfway, taking hands to shins or floor. Exhale, soften your knees, step back to plank. Modifying, drop down to the knees, release your toes. Lower all the way to your belly. Inhale lifts your heart up to cobra. Exhale, release the heart. Inhale, pressing up through table. Exhale, turning toes and lifting hips. Downward facing dog. Staying in your version of downward dog or taking child's pose for 2 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees deep, walk our way to the top of our mat, and exhale, fold. Inhale, soften your knees, sweep up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Now we can continue to modify our sun salutations, or we can learn the unmodified version next. Coming back to the top of our mat. On our inhale, we'll reach all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Our knees can be bent or straight. Inhale, coming up to your flat back. Exhale, soften your knees, plant your hands, and step to plank. If we modify, we'll lower all the way to our belly and then lift up into cobra. If we'd like to take the full version, we're going to squeeze our elbows to our sides, lower chaturanga. Hover your chest above the mat. Inhale, shifting forward, lifting to upward facing dog. Our thighs are off the mat. From up dog, we can just turn the toes, lift the hips, and press back. Downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees, walk our way to the top of our mat, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms, reaching up, and exhale, fold. Let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step to plank. Lowering your version of chaturanga or all the way to the mat. Inhale, lift your heart, up dog or cobra. And exhale, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees, walk our way to the top of our mat, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms, reaching up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to learn how to float back and forth from our sun salutations. These are always optional. Coming back to center, on our inhale, we'll reach up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. On our exhale, we're going to soften our knees, plant our hands down, and then slide or hop the feet back to plank. The idea is to land as quietly as possible. Exhale right into your version of chaturanga. Inhale lifts your heart to up dog or cobra. And exhale lifts the hips. Staying in down dog for 2 deep breaths. Hopping to the top now. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands. Bend our knees nice and deep. Engage your belly, pull in your core, and hop your way to the top. Exhale as we straighten our knees and forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms, reaching up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Moving on, we're going to take everything we've learned and apply it to Sun Salutation B. Coming back to center, On our inhale, we're going to bend our knees, reach our arms out from our shoulders, sink into chair pose. In chair pose, our arms can be out from the shoulders or at heart center, whatever feels best for you. Eyes gaze in the direction of the floor. Look down, make sure you can see all 10 of your toes. Take a big breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump your way to plank. From here, we'll lower right into your version of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to take our right leg to high hip extension. Lift your heel out from the hip. Flex your foot. And then make sure the weight between your hands is even. Eyes continue to look at the knees. Inhale, lift it a little higher. And on our exhale, we're going to take this right foot and walk it or sweep it up between the front hands. Anchor down your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale as you slowly rise yourself up, reaching your arms into warrior one. Take a big breath in. And exhale, sink into your front knee. Feel strong and powerful. Inhale. On our exhale, we're going to plant our hands and step back to plank. Lowering your version of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down. Inhale, left leg lifts, high hip. Flex that foot. Lift a little higher. And then exhale, sweep it between the hands. Anchor down your back foot. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Exhale, sink into your knee. Feel strong and proud. Inhale. And exhale, sink into that knee a little more. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands around your front foot. Step to plank. Your version, chaturanga. Inhale, lifts the heart. And exhale, lifts the hips. Staying in down dog for 2 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees, walk or hop to the top. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sink back into chair. Sit your hips back, reach your arms out from the shoulders. And exhale, rise. Adding on, one last round. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump to plank. Lowering right into your version of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down. Inhale, right leg lifts, high hip extension. Exhale, sweep it through. Anchor down your back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, we have the option to float our back foot through chaturanga. So we'll slide that right foot back, hover it above the mat, lower chaturanga. Drop the foot, inhale, lift the heart, up dog, and exhale, lifts the hips, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, high hip. Exhale, sweep it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. Option to float the left foot. Chaturanga. Inhale, drop the feet. Up dog. And exhale, lift the hips. Down dog. 2 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll look to our hands, bend our knees, walk or hop our way to the top. And exhale, fold. Inhale, return to chair. And exhale, rise. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please reach out if you have any questions. Namaste.